In this tutorial, I'll show how to create a library and link this library to a microservice. For this, first, we create a micro library object. I name it string utils. I just paste some code here. And now I'll explain it briefly. So the most important thing about micro libraries we need to know is that we have a very special variable called lib. And whatever property we attach to this variable will be exported and thus usable by other objects which use the micro library. Here I define a function for the property contains that helps us test if a certain string is within another string. Now I create a microservice object. I call it word filter. In this microservice, I want to test whether a passed input to the service is allowed by our rules. And specifically, we have the rule that any message with the word fool in it is not allowed, since that is very impolite. So now to do that, I open up the browser again and select my string utils micro library over here and just drag and drop it onto the source code of the word filter micro app. Here I can provide a variable name. I just go with the suggested name, click apply, and now my micro library is linked in the microservice source code. I access the method contains I had defined before. And now if I forgot how exactly to call this method, I can now access the linked library by going here to dependencies. And then I see here the variable name string utils. And this is linked to a specific object, which is our string utils library. I can see here, first I need to supply the string I want to search, and then the string I want to search for. So the string I want to search can just be provided to me as the input of the service, which can be a property message. And I want to search for the text fool. And a message will not be allowed if it contains this text. Finally, I return a simple JSON that just tells me whether a submitted message was allowed or not. Now to test the service, I can provide an example input with this message. I run it and I get the result allowed false. If I make this more polite, run it again, I get the result true. Now we have used our micro library here in a microservice. However, we can also use micro libraries in micro apps, specifically in the JavaScript of micro apps. So I can just drag and drop my library into here as well and use it for my client-side code. But also for micro apps, I can drag and drop other micro app objects into other micro objects by just dragging and dropping them onto the HTML code. And if I preview this, I can see that ObjectHub assembles a composite app for me from the individual apps that I have defined. And that's it for linking things together. Thank you.